Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. I'm Dom.
I'm Rob.
And today we're just going to talk you through what we've done with our engine prior to installing it. So we're going to do that live, I think, still.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the plan, so that might be next Sunday or the Sunday after.
We've got a few bits to do, haven't we, once we get off the stand, so maybe the following week, but...
Yeah, but keep an eye out. We'll post up during the week the link for it to get it, so the time, I guess, early evening, Sunday.
Might not be 4 o'clock, but it'll be at some point on a Sunday.
Yeah, so I mean, while the engine's been out, there's certain things that we recommend, and is, I guess, just good common sense to do. Some are normal practical maintenance, and some are some slight modifications, which Rob has done some research on. Just to start with, general basic maintenance.
Yep.
We'll discuss straight after the intro. Do you like that? So, general maintenance is things like the rocker gasket, because rocker gaskets tend to leak.
Sump gasket.
Sump gasket we've done, inlet, painted and gaskets, exhaust gasket, so all the gaskets. We've also done new water pump and cam belt. Now we haven't filmed this because Rob found a really good video, had a couple of beers one night and just...
Give it a go.
Give it a go.
There's nothing wrong with these engines. If you do it wrong, it'll just run like a sack of nails, but it won't actually affect the engine because it's got...
it's a non-interference.
Yeah, non-interference, so obviously it won't run great, but at least it won't damage your engine. So give it a go, watch a video. I think it's like 17 or 19 teeth between 2 marks. Good.
I never touched it, so we shall see when we do the first start video.
Yeah, should we do that live as well?
Yeah, I think we should. And then Rob has also changed the water outlet because there's now there's a hole here.
But it was quite a long sort of
it had like a long spout, didn't it? And that's because the water goes in in here and out there, and it only sort of cools this side of the engine more, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it said that, like, online, the research, it said obviously you're only getting sort of, the front engine was cooler and the back engine was slightly hotter. So then if you do this way, they actually make it so you can put a thermostat at the back. So then obviously you've got a little bit of a longer hose, but then your water is physically going through the whole of the engine. So
our thermostat is now...
Yeah, thermostat's now at the back.
So it's a thermostat relocation kit, yeah?
And then the water pump is obviously still down here. We've just changed it from the standard one to a G19 billet outlet.
Yeah, which also has a tap on, doesn't it? So we can have a...
Has a tap on, so then if we want to put a heater in at a later date, then we can. But yeah, that'll go off that way, and then we'll just have a longer bit of hose going around here. But yeah, thermostat at the back keeps engine cool with the water flowing through, which I think is better. Yeah,
definitely. And we've also painted the rocker and the inlet with this lovely crackle paint, which is very forgiving.
Yeah, hides a lot of blemishes in it.
Yeah, and we've cleaned a few bits. On the other side, do you want to turn it around a little bit? On the world's softest floor. So we've given it a bit of a paint up while we're there. Go on, keep pushing it. Push it my way. So we've had this painted, blasted and whatever. These painted.
So this is a different manifold as well.
Yep, different manifold.
So we got this from Danny off of, he had one. Basically on the other ones, it doesn't matter, it's literally no difference. On the standard Mark II ones, there's an outlet here for like your EGR, and you just blank it off. But when I bought the dead downpipe off Danny, because he went turbo, we got this with it.
Oh, cool.
So it just saves that extra little...
extra connection. And we've also got our shortened sump with a return in. Yeah,
return for turbo. So we'll just put a bit of hose on that, blank it off.
That was future proofing.
And it shortened, the MK did, because obviously we haven't got a lot of ground clearance.
No, we don't.
So
last thing we want is to smash that.
It's sort of semi-baffled, I guess, because where they cut it out that way, it's like lap down. And,
and then we've got, what are these?
So these two are for your...
catch can?
Yeah, catch can. So they're drilled to the biggest that they can do and tapped. MB Special gives a hand with them, because obviously had to drill it straight, tap it straight. So they're good, they're all blanked off, ready for when we do fit a catch can at a later date. There's a very good video on that online as well. Yeah,
I mean, catch cans are much of them. I mean, just type catch can into YouTube and there shall be a few.
MX5 catch can,
Yeah. There you can see that's what I wanted to show you, the water pump outlet.
Yeah.
The water thermostat outlet there.
Well, inlet, isn't it? Yeah. Because it goes in through the engine and then through the water pump. And that's a spout we're just blanking off for now, that if you do want to, because obviously you have a flow and a return for your heater.
Yep.
So obviously flow from the water pump, return into here, or vice versa, whichever way. They're all getting capped off. What else?
What else have we done? So around the other side, we've done some blanking on the inlet.
Oh, squeaky.
Need to grease your wheels. I don't know how well they're gonna. They're not gonna see that. So
Yeah, so just here.
just here, we're out of shot. There's just some blanking plates on the inlet because obviously there's no longer some of the EGR stuff that we have on there.
They were supplied from MK.
Yep.
So that's good, all part of the kit.
It's all part of the kit. Now we did take lots and lots and lots of photos of a standard engine because we're going to need to do things like the injectors, all the vac lines, all these little valves, and all have pipes going there, and everywhere. So that's one of those.
I think we got some pictures, didn't we?
I'm hoping.
If
I'm
not,
hoping we got some pictures.
If not, I think it'd be a quick chat on the forum and see what there is.
Yes, we haven't as yet upgraded the core packs. You can, because at the moment they're 2 core packs with 4 plugs and leads.
Yep.
You can upgrade it to like pencil core packs like a TT, if you're familiar with TTs.
Do the Audi R8 ones?
Yeah, do the Audi ones, just to give you individual coils. So if one goes, it doesn't take out 2 cylinders like it would at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's better for a more controllable spark, I think, and a cooler spark for when you do turbos.
Yeah, I think when we are
Just a bit more
turbo,
reliable.
I think it's more controllable, isn't it? So
Yeah.
better time ignition and stuff.
Yeah, what else have we got to do?
We've got to do the oil filter housing.
Yes, so under here, again, you probably can't see, but under here there's a thread. We need to put a sandwich plate on that.
Bit
That's
of oil.
dirty.
Lovely.
Self-lubricating. We need to put a sandwich plate on it for a oil cooler, should we want to do that in the future.
Yep.
Because obviously if we do turbo it, the turbo will run hotter. If we can cool the oil down, it will help us when on redline.
With both track temps.
So that's a bit of future proofing. Plus, you need to either trim the thread down, otherwise, because it has an oil cooler housing. You know, like on all cars, they have a coolant fed oil filter housing, which cools the oil down. But we don't use that, so we need to do something with it because the thread's really long, and obviously, only a certain amount goes into the filter itself.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else we've done. We've painted.
Just general paint.
We've painted it, yeah, just so that if it does leak, we can see it a bit better.
What else have we done?
We're still using the original injectors. We're still using all of that other stuff. New clutch.
Yeah, so I've got a new clutch.
So we ordered quite a lot of our stuff from Boffy, didn't we?
Yeah, so let me grab it. The flywheel
Have a little
was from G19, lightened flywheel. And the clutch was actually off eBay. It's, I don't know, XT something? I don't know, we'll have a look.
in a box, still sealed.
It's in a box.
Still sealed.
Yeah, that's clutch and flywheel.
So you haven't actually opened it yet?
I have opened it.
Oh, okay.
This is clutch and lightened flywheel, so if we can open it.
All prepared here, you see.
Would help if you had nails, but...
Is that because you had a manicure before you went on holiday?
Nah, it's just because I've got psoriasis, mate.
Because you're biting. More on it.
So, look at this lovely lightened flywheel. Have a feel of that.
It's still probably...
About 4.5 kilos.
Yeah, I was about to say 4 or 5 kilos. But what a nice bit of kit. They can see they've taken some material out of that.
And that's from G19.
Yep.
And then we have, so Xtd Clutch. That's your press plate. Whatever you want to call it. And apparently this is a stage 2.
Red, which means it's go fast.
This is a stage 2, apparently, clutch. So it's not paddle, so it'll still feel nice, but it's good for about 260 horsepower.
Yeah. Looks alright.
And that's what a few of the lads run, and they're cheap. This clutch was about 160 quid, 170 quid.
Oh no, so it can take some abuse and then
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, and that come with everything like bearings and...
Oh yeah, insertion tool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I mean, to be honest, You can. There's no. I mean, there's nothing stopping you whatsoever. Just literally removing your engine, running. Especially if you did what we did and bought a car, drove it around for a little while, made sure it was all right. There's nothing stopping you. Just literally pulling the engine out. Check for leaks, of course, and then just plonking it straight in the kit. We just thought, well, we intend to keep the kit for a number of years, if not forever. So it made sense to just, because it's going to need a timing belt at some point. Rocker cover gaskets leak at some point. So we thought we may as well do it while it's out.
And if we're going turbo, we may as well do a bit of future thinking and do like clutch, the sump and all that sort of things.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not like the engine's never going to come out again, because it probably is. But
well, when we want that little bit more power and then we see a rod go out the side, then yeah, we'll definitely be lifting it up.
No manual boost controllers.
No. Straight to RLM or
Yeah.
the likes of to get it mapped, and then that'll be it.
Yes.
Smooth linear power curve, I'll be happy with that.
So what have we got left to do then? Just put the clutch on, gearbox on.
Yeah, well, we need to put injectors in.
Well, yeah.
But yeah,
That's because we're waiting for an inlet manifold gasket.
we are. We'll lift it off here, then we can put the flywheel clutch on that on, and then we can lock that to do up the. We need to do up the crank bolt.
Yeah.
Which we haven't done yet because obviously it's still on the stand. Then that's done. We can put gearbox on, do our live video, dropping it in, just like that.
2-minute video.
Yeah, 2-minute live. We'll be like straight up, in, done, fire it up,
Have a few beers, fire it up.
drive off.
Still haven't finished the loop.
Yeah, well, that needs some work. But yeah, so I don't think there's too much more to go on the engine.
No, I mean it is as much of a muchness, isn't it?
But yeah, I think doing a live would definitely be interesting.
I've never done a live before, so not on the channel. So this will be a first.
We'll set up a screen for comments and that, and
Yeah,
we can have a few beers.
yeah. Maybe get a few hands around it, make a laugh out of it.
Have a chat with some people, and get the engine dropped in. I can't imagine it being too difficult, but
The famous last words.
Don't want to speak too soon.
But yeah, so yeah, that's where we are. So yeah, now that's the way we would attack it. If you're going to have your engine out, it makes it. I mean, how long did the cam belt take you to do?
Literally, like, because it's right there, it was about 20 minutes.
So
Yeah.
for what it cost in parts, it's probably worth doing.
Yeah.
The coolant flow thing would make sense, because if it's going to go all the way through, you're going to get a better flow,
And
so it's more efficient.
The bit that used to stick out, can they still see me? I don't know.
No, turn this way, swing it round.
The bit that used to stick out here was quite long, and I've seen on a couple, it does come close to the front of the...
The raddle.
Yeah. Well, the sort of chassis arms and that. So, and that's where your sort of pipe would go from, so it'd be quite tight.
Okay.
So at least with this, we got a bit more like flexibility. Yeah. What else
Sweet.
is there?
I think that's pretty much where we are.
New gaskets everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, new plugs. We give it a full service.
Yeah, basically.
New oils.
Well,
When we
got
put
no oil
no oil
in
in
yet,
at the
but
moment. When
it
we
will
put
have.
oil in.
We bought it.
The only thing we haven't done is the head gasket,
Yeah, but
because
it drove. Well, it only had 67,000 miles on the clock. And
Yeah.
it drove absolutely lovely.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
I have got a new shiny oil cap coming.
Have you?
Yeah.
20 horsepower.
20 horsepower, right there. Oh, it's probably actually, I'd say it's lighter, but it's probably going to be heavier.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably heavier than the
But
plastic one.
it's going to have a pretty cool logo put in it, so
Oh, nice.
we'll see about that.
We shall see. I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is sort of what we would do, or what I'd recommend to do when you have your engine out pre-installation. Like I said, if you've got a good running engine, there was nothing actually wrong with this.
No.
We just wanted to do some sort of preventative and future maintenance first.
And want to make it look pretty.
And make it look pretty, because obviously everything's new. So you don't, want to put an old
rusty old block in there.
dirty
And it was.
engine into a new car.
It
so.
was very dusty and dirty. And
Plus, it
filthy.
does mean if you do have to do anything in the future, all the nuts have come undone. You've put a little bit of something on the threads, and it's just that little bit better.
Yeah.
But until next time, bye for now.
Hey.